So, in studying the United States and meeting people from foreign countries, we have a lot of good stuff, but we need to tweak it a little bit to make it better. I can see clearly that the corporations are not really serving their employees. It's like slave labor, and they depend on people not to be educated. And I also think the corporations aren't educated about Epicurus and important philosophers that Thomas Jefferson read and understood in Greek, by the way. He read them in classical Greek, so I can't touch that. The thing is for philosophy to work, you also have to apply it to real life. And I don't want to bore people. It can be done. And what I'm thinking is Walmart will become Smart Mart as they struggle and they work to have safer environmentally products to sell. That you can either recycle them and they're safe. So many plastics, they're not safe. They biodegrade to toxicity. And I think that would be the first thing to work on, is make sure that you either can easily recycle it or you can throw it in the landfill and it's biodegradable. Yeah, but I don't want to put the corporations out of business so much, because they hire and train so many people in this country. It's almost like the military, except for worse, because there's, at least in military, you can get a decent paycheck if you survive it. And then they've got services, unfortunately, for people that have got PTSD. Of course, we need Peace Corps, like that army, to go all over this country and the world with protection in certain areas from the military, to go in and try to make some difference for these poor, starving third world countries that we care about, that we want to make their lives better because we're peaceful, nice Americans. But then you go into the poor inner city neighborhoods, or even the rural poor people, and they're struggling too hard too. If we're going to keep the medical system up and running, we're going to have to give people a real life, something to work for, something they take pride in. And that's why corporate ownership by the full-time employees is necessary. And a full-time employee needs to be able to buy a house or have a condo, 1, 2 bedroom, and a car to get to and from work. So what kind of pay scale for a full-time employee are you going to give them? And right now they're balanced. I don't know what their profits are. That's not my job. But they're hiring lots and lots of part-time employees, so they don't have to hire full-time employees. I don't know what their profits are, but that has to change too. You need to employ people gainfully. That's against you're raping them, and they don't feel like they have a voice. Well, they do, because it's talking to you right now. I'm not going to threaten you with the metaphysics of heaven and hell, but your aura is somewhat Trumpianism. You Trump corporations, the oil corporations. Some of those people make good money. I want to work with the corporations. I want to work with Walt Disney to come up with ideas and plans on trying to make our environment feasible. Just if you continue poisoning us with Roundup and plastic, I don't know, but it's getting worse and worse. You think of the more plastics every day thrown in the landfills that aren't going to be landfills forever, and that membrane filtration is not going to last forever. So, I guess I have to take a strong arm in politics for my children. And because I'm Mama, I'm the grandma, and I'll probably have lots more grandchildren to influence. My kids are smart. My children are very smart, and they're very young. But you're not going to do this to us anymore, Trump. We don't believe you, and the people that do want to believe you are going to see how downtrodden their lives are when they focus on just money as an asset instead of the education and gnosis. In fact, you're involved in the Christian church who doesn't want Eve and Adam to have gnosis. And when you read C.S. Lewis's book, The Four Loves, which I enjoyed it, he leaves out gnosis and ludos, and the word for self-love. I'm okay with myself. I'm not perfect. But when my children chide me and they say, Mom, don't video us, don't, kind of me, they're impatient. To build an international school, it takes time. You can't just, flip the light on and off like electricity. And that's another issue. The solar power on the roofs in all of Richmond, all these flat roofs that could have solar power. LeVar Stoney, you need to get on that incentive. And the Navy Hill. When I thought of ice hockey from VCU at Navy Hill, I said, bingo, they're going to make a profit. Thank you.